Okay, we've been working on the Firebird here for maybe 5 hours today. What we've done is we built this plate right here. That is our new throttle sensor. Well, it's our throttle stop, I guess. It holds the throttle cable and allows the pedal to be used. We just spaced it out 3/4 of an inch with some nuts. I did have to heat up the pedal on the inside of the car and bend it, but now that it's bent, it works great. I did have the MSD mounted right here, and I had the coil mounted right there, but I just really didn't like it, so I decided to take out the whole dash out of this car. Now, the MSD is mounted right there, along with the RPM gauge, and I did go to the scrapyard and get a transmission cooler, so it's mounted right there. We got the fuel pump mounted. We took the power panel out of the Bash for Cash car, got it in here. I've got it just tech screwed to the floor, and I'll get it all wired in. We got the carburetor on the motor. We got the fuel line ran into here, right here. Now that's going to go like that right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a gauge, because I'm having problems with fuel pumps. So I just want to monitor what pressure it's at, so if that's what the issue is or not. See, this gauge right here tells you the PSI of your fuel going into the motor. We got the fuel tank built and put in back there. Not a whole lot done other than that. At the scrapyard, I did get another distributor just in case I can't get this one to work the way I want it to. I got the MSD. I brought it in the house and spent a couple hours with it on the internet and got it all labeled up, so I'm pretty sure I know how to wire it. I got a good tack mounted in here, so I know the RPMs of the motor, so I can just watch it, just see if it's actually running or not, because when I'm in the ring, it's very hard to stay running. I have to make a trip into TSC, because when I bought the carburetor intake, it didn't come with the bolts to actually mount the carburetor down, so the carburetor is just kind of sitting on there. So I'm going to go into the town and get the right nuts for that. I'm also going to get like a flapper for that, just so I can put it outside, not have to put teacups over it or anything stupid like that. But the toggle switch, when it goes outside, will just get a bag over it, just to keep the rain off all the toggles. But car's coming along fantastic. Like, the dash out of this car now gives me so much more room. But yeah, everything's going along good in it. No real dramatic changes. We're past all that get 100 things done in one day. Now it's just a little finicky stuff. Oh, I built this. I have to do a little bit more work to it, but it is a shifter that I built for this 2.3. I don't know if anybody makes these, but it really wasn't that difficult. I just made a template out of cardboard, cut it out onto steel, and then just bolted it in. Built it the exact same as the small block Chevy one that I bought. There's the template for the throttle cable, and I'm just not seeing the template for the transmission shifter. But yeah, I just cut it out of plate steel, but I'm pretty sure this is the route I'm going to use. I think it's out of a Honda. It fits in there pretty damn good, so that's going to work for there. But next thing is all the coolant lines, get everything looped, all that fun stuff. And hopefully... Oh, one other thing I did. The starter on this didn't have a coil on the starter. Now, a lot of people say it's better to run it without it, the solenoid on the starter, and just run a straight positive to the battery, and you can touch it off and it arcs and it'll turn the motor over. But I'm not a big fan of that, and I don't like running the external solenoid. So this here is off a 302 Grand Merc 1991, and I saved it because I'm a hoarder, and it bolts right into the stock position. So that's the, I painted it so it doesn't rust, obviously, but that's the 302 starter, and that's the 2.3 starter. Now that one, see how it doesn't have the solenoid built onto it? So if I wanted to run that, I'd have to run a solid cable and just touch it off the battery when it arcs, or I'd have to run this, the Ford solenoid, to start it, right? Which, you know what I could do, but realistically, I'd rather just run it on the starter. It's a little bit easier for me to wire in and everything. So I'll get all this wired up, hopefully get it, turn it over tonight, and hopefully running within the next couple days. There we go, guys.